Well met, sorcerers. My name is Gabriel and I like to enjoy things, and you're watching Yellow Mage Cards. And today we are enjoying Gothic, the new set from Eric's Curiosa and Sorcery Contested Realm, the game. If you haven't watched the trailer yet, you should just go ahead and pause this video right now and go watch it. I have watched it a couple times, but I'm going to go ahead and watch it again with you guys all now. I'm so stoked for this new product. As some of you know, maybe some of you don't know, Sorcery is a TCG, a trading card game, a collectible card game, and it is committed to having only one set a year, and that is one thing that drew me to it. But what drew me to it most is the all hand-painted art. So we're going to go ahead and watch this trailer together, and then we're going to go through all of the cards, the spoilers. This website that I pulled up here is Collector Art House. So Mike, who runs the unofficial Sorcery Contested Realm Facebook, has a wonderful website with a lot of resources, and he has put together all of the Gothic spoilers in one place. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into the video, and then right after that we're just going to go straight to the website and check out all the cards. So let's go ahead and do it. Here's a little taste of my algorithm there on my personal YouTube. Oh, it's so good, y'all. Gothic, the third official set. Oh, look at that church on a hill with the little humble town behind it. Old boy getting a plate. A little street marketplace. The only war is the class war. Love this foreground. I love these kids picking apples, or that never gets old. Oh my God. So many cards. This is going to be so sick. 440 cards is a massive set, and this box is confirmed to be a flip top box, so it's a little fancier. Those are the deck boxes, or I mean the pre-constructed decks. There's both products together on a massive pile of cards, and December 5th, I can't think of a better day. Something to get us through the holiday, the seasonal sadness. Those of us over here in the America area, the United States, have to deal with the cold and the seasonal sadness and the shorter days. So I'm really excited for this product. I think it's going to be amazing. So let's go ahead and check out this website. So like I said, this is collectorarthouse.com. Just one second, let me check this. Yeah. And so Mike put this together. He runs that Sorcery Contested Realm Facebook group, unofficial Facebook group. And if you navigate around, you can find the Gothic spoilers portion of the page. And it lets you filter by artist and by element. So the 4 elements, but a few other kind of filters there, and then by rarity. I'm just going to go by the all for the moment, but we are going to filter around a little bit. So the first one here is Day of Judgment, and it's a unique magic. And if you aren't familiar with the game, we got some card rarities that dictates the amount of cards you can have in your deck, but this is a unique magic. And it does make a cross shape here of damage. Very cool. This is one of the very first spoilers that came out for this. I'm actually most excited for this Skeleton Mage. It is just an exceptional, which is like an uncommon if you're familiar with other games like Magic. But Skeleton Mage is a spellcaster, and it's an exceptional undead imbued with Arcanum. I think I can't really see that well. Yep, Arcanum. And it's Genesis, so when on play or when it enters the battlefield, may cast an ordinary magic from a cemetery, banishing it afterward. So it's also great hate against Archimago, which is one of the meta decks right now. So I actually may try to collect some foils of this card. I just think it's really cool. I mean, I'm going to try and master set it. I'm going to try and collect the whole set because that's what you do with sorcery. You got to collect the whole set. But specifically, I want to get a bunch of those. City of Glass. This is a just beautiful card. Look at this. Well, maybe I zoomed in too far. Just great art here. Barrow White, love this. An ordinary undead claws its way back. So you can sacrifice a skelly, and you can summon this from a cemetery to a site, so it's some nice recursion. This is one of the standout cards here that everybody's been talking about on YouTube. Airborne, and it's a fire spellcaster. It's an ordinary, and it's an undead, and it's only 2 mana and 1 fire threshold. So this is going to be a banger of a card for fire. I love this art. So this is Alan Pollock. Oh man, that is creepy. He's coming. Oh, loud, he coming. Another one here, and this is Aranya art. I'm sorry, I'm not super great with all the artist names. I'm learning. I'm learning so much more about art because of this card game, because of this project. This River of Blood just looks crazy. Silent Hills, so a little shout out to the game there. With the mist. 10-ton slug. I know a lot of people are excited about this because it is a metal band that is sort of being shouted out. I'm just going to assume that is some lyrics, and once again, same artist here. No hope subsists neath this ordinary monster. That is so crazy. Vast desert. You got to have some deserts, but look at that. I love the clouds behind this. You got this like sweeping sort of stormfront cumulonimbus build-up action over these really cool dunes, and just like, I don't know, impressionistic maybe? I really like this card. This is very nice. Oh, and it's got a cool Genesis effect. You deal damage to each minion atop a nearby site. So this, look at this, Entombed. He is coming out. God. He's covered with something. Some kind of plasm, or maybe cobwebs, or just flesh. I don't know. So cool. Burrowing must be cast burrowed. Brian Smith. Is this the new set symbol here for Gothic? Is this, I actually don't know. I'm not sure how that works. So there's a C here for copyright. So in alpha, there's an alpha symbol, like the Greek alpha, like this right here. And then in beta, there's sort of a Greek capital B. And then Arthurian legends. Ooh, I don't remember what the symbol is off the top of my head. Maybe it's like a lance? I don't know. Doesn't matter. This is really cool. Okay. So this is showcasing Guardians CCG, which is an old CCG from the 90s, which used the same art. Of course, Sorcery has done an amazing job of capturing the art and the original background of the painting. And the original just says lawyer, which I think is funny, but this really encapsulates like what sorcery is. So it's Elite Magic sign here. It's even got a spot for you to sign. Search your spellbook for any card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle afterwards. But then there's all of this sort of fine print, which sorcery is known for not having a lot of text, but in this instance it does. And this is art from Brahm, by the way, celebrated fantasy artist. But I just love this flavor here. And I mean, this is all valid card text, but you can sacrifice a coin, egg, frog, gem, goat, or what is that? Rune, treasure, or mortal soul. So very cool text there. Oh, and this background, by the way, is the new playmat that's coming out, the Void playmat. I think it's Void. All right, Dreadwing. And here's another Guardians. So this is an art that was licensed for Guardians, but is now being relicensed for Sorcery. I like the saturation a lot more. This is very nice. So originally 6 points ranged attack, Doomwing. And this is now an ordinary demon of mercurial moods. Very nice. Strikes your avatar unless you discard a card. That's pretty cool. But, you know, if you're doing like a recursion deck, you may want to have some kind of outlet to throw cards in your own cemetery. I almost called it a graveyard because all the time I've spent playing Magic. Ghoul. This one was spoiled early for this set, early as well, being a bit redundant, but here is, I guess this is also Guardians. Yep, Guardians. And Braum once again. And it looks really cool in this original card format here, but this is a much higher quality. And I don't know how high quality the capture is here on this website, right? But this is just a really great art from Braum here. So I'm excited about that. This one's really cool. The Kraken, the Harkening Kraken. And you know, they did allow for this art to kind of go beyond the border in the original, but Sorcery has all borderless cards, which is something I really appreciate. The coloring is so much nicer on this. This is a water card with 6 to cast, 5 power, 2 water threshold. It's got Submerge, an exceptional monster, all arms and ears. I love that. And this is another Braum. And it must be cast Submerge and costs 1 less for each enemy in its body of water. So you can really cheat this out if the conditions are right, which makes it a really powerful card, depending on what's going on. And like, say you're playing against a necromancer, they're just summoning mad skeletons. They're like amassing a skeleton army marching towards you. And then you're like, they move onto your water site. Maybe they struck you a few times, whatever. But then there's 3 skeletons there, so like, bam, you get this guy super cheap, you know, on turn 3 or 4 or whatever. So I just really like that. All right. Monster Morphosis. This is really cool. And once again, this is Braum. Very Braum heavy spoilers from this reveal. An exceptional magic of vile evolution. Ravenous Werewolf. Once again, just the sorcerer. I mean, look, I've never played Guardians. I don't know much about it. I learned about it from watching sorcery videos and from some of these paintings that were acquired. But I am loving the sorcery artwork on these and just the way the colors saturate. I think this is going to be amazing. Charge, which I think is like haste, and then movement +1. The man starves while the monster feasts. And you can see some great discussions. There's a really great video. It's on Collector Art House YouTube. It's Mike from Collector Art House along with Steve from Philosopher Cards and Lord of Itza talking about all these cards. They go through all of it, and they all have different backgrounds. And Mike's got a great art background. Collector Art House, he just does all things TCG. He's a player and a collector. And then Lord of Itza is a judge and a player and a collector, so you get a really great synthesis of their perspectives if you check out that video. I will also, if I remember, link that video in the description below. And if you're still watching this far in, I don't know how long we've been going, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. 13 minutes. But, you know, hit me in the comments. Hey, 13 minutes, hit the hype button. There's a new hype button. It's down there in the comments. If you're on mobile, I know you like click the comments and then you swipe over and then there's a hype button. Hit the brand new hype button. I'm new, but I want to see that hype button go. Get hype. I'm hyped for Sorcery, like so hyped, and so hyped for Gothic. I'm actually after this going to record a box opening of a whole case of beta because I have a Cornerstone event coming. I'm driving to North Carolina for a Cornerstone event. I don't have anybody to play Sorcery with locally, so I got to open all my cards. I got to build my deck. I'm going to go to this Cornerstone event, not knowing what I'm doing, but I'm so stoked to go just to have some Sorcery time with people. So anyway, on with the video. Skeleton. This is the token. This is the new token. Can't move to defend. Ordinary undead. Do your bidding. He's a one power, but he is in Guardians here. Let's see. If lost in combat, you can return the skeleton minion to your storage hand for 1 power stone. So it's got some recursion in the original. But in this set, you're just going to be pumping them out with the Necromancer and with your sights and through other cards maybe we haven't seen yet. But you're going to be able to generate a lot of skeletons, which is really cool. Consecrated Ground. Evil has no power here. This was spoiled early. I love this. I love the flavoring of this. This is Kaio Calzins. Sorry if or maybe Chow. I'm sorry if I'm not saying it right. But evil is a new keyword in Sorcery, and it means undead, monsters, and demons, I believe. So, but what I love about Sorcery is it's not a complicated flavor text. They really let the art flow in the background, and it tells you everything you need to know. Evil has no power here, so anything that's evil, probably monsters, is going to have zero power as far as dealing damage to your creatures. So it's a nice protection if you're playing one of the holy avatars, or maybe the persecutor, who's like maybe the anti-hero, like people have said, or the savior. I think the savior is going to be the holy avatar in this set. Day of Judgment. It is coming, and we are all going to fry. I love this. Actually, I thought that just happened. We were supposed to have a rapture just a couple days ago. What happened? Uh-oh. I lost my place. There we go. Day of Judgment. Unique magic damns deserving devils. I love this. This is great. Next, Assimilator Snail. And just this along with Tintin Slug is perfect. Look at him. He is a beast. Well, he's actually a monster. An elite monster rots inside a corpse's shell. That is so flavorful. And this is a Dan Seagrave, so celebrated artist here, along with all these that I've been talking about. Death Knight. This was also an early spoiler. This was like when you saw Gothic, you would see this card in the early promotional material. An exceptional commander of the undead. Other nearby undead allies have one plower. Dan Seagrave again. This is a sick looking card. Gnarled Wendigo. Look at him. God, that is terrifying. I cannot wait to see this in the full art and the foil. And 2 less to cast for each minion. You sacrifice it as a summoning location, so just sack all your skeleton tokens and bring them out. 5 power. Damn. The Base of Babel, so presumably we're getting all 3 pieces, or maybe even more, of this Tower of Babel, so that's really cool. Just provides a threshold. It's exceptional foundation or folly. That's really cool. I love the flavor of that text. And you may build the Tower of Babel by playing the Apex of Babel atop this. So maybe just 2. Just 2 cards. I don't know, but really cool. Defiler Spire. A unique sight. Heart of the Infestation. David O'Connor. Sites occupied by evil have, at the end of your turn, you lose 1 life. So I think there's some really cool synergies you can get with this. I love these like crazy mushrooms in the background, and just this creature is insane. Very cool, very imaginative. Bone Spear. I think this card's going to see a lot of play, especially with anybody running skeletons or the Necromancer, or just, yep, well, I can't control this. Sacrifice an undead to shoot a projectile from its location that deals 3 damage. Acupuncture from the afterlife. Ordinary magic of concentrated calcium. Beautiful text. But the idea is you have your skeletons, you run out, you deal damage with your skeleton, and then you immediately sack that skeleton, throw out the bone spear for 1, and then maybe you play that skeleton mage after that, and then sack another skeleton after you use that skeleton to deal damage. Then maybe out of your own graveyard, shoot another bone spear, or maybe your opponent is a necromancer and they have a bone spear in their graveyard, and then you can, banish it from their graveyard so they won't be able to reuse it, but also you're getting a 2-for-1 because you're banishing it out of their graveyard and you're getting to shoot the bone spear. Like, this is going to be cool. Like, I think this is going to be good synergy, really cool art. Who does this art here? Doug Kovacs. Nice. I love this. I think it's going to be a great card. Oh, man. I don't remember seeing this one when I was looking before. Bound Spirit. Look at this thing. Just look at all his majesty. And this guy's like, whoa, I've done something. Maybe I regret it. Are these, is that like an Easter Island statue? And this is like I don't know, a piece of Cinnamon Toast Crunch that's having an acid trip. Disabled unless adjacent to an allied spellcaster. An ordinary spirit tied to its master. Cool. Yeah, this is really cool. And another Doug Kovacs. Stitched Abomination. I don't know what this symbol means. But if you're familiar with Pom Pom Purin from Hello Kitty, he is a dog, and that's what his butthole looks like. So enjoy that piece of lore. Look at this thing. This is crazy. Oh my god. Another Doug Kovacs. An elite undead straining at the seams. Its Genesis effect is to banish up to 3 minions from one cemetery to stitch together. And this has their combined power, but each part may be damaged and destroyed separately. That is so freaking cool. Oh, sorry. This game is supposed to be very splashy with like unpredictable effects, and these kind of cards are really leaning into that ethos. What do we have now? Noxious Corpse. This thing is definitely looks like I wouldn't want to smell it or be in the same room with it. It is noxious and it's a corpse. An ordinary undead rife with disease. It has lethal and first the fever, then the feast. Wow. Drew Tucker. Well, it's not saying much, but it's saying more than I needed to see. Swap. And this is the promo swap that you can get only at the Cornerstone events. Rest in peace, Gabriel, who's not attending a Cornerstone event. I want one. And I think if you go to the Cornerstone event, sorry, not Cornerstone, Crossroads events, only available at the Crossroads events. I mean, the card will be available in the set as far as I understand it, but this is a promo art only available at the Crossroads events. And you find a sorcery team member that has a binder, and you can trade them any, I believe, ordinary or exceptional card. I'm not sure if that's the rules, so don't hold me to it. But if you're able to get to that Crossroads event, it's first of all, it's free to get to the Crossroads event. It just pays it just costs if you're participating in an event. So if you're nearby, just get there, man, and trade you an uncommon, get some swaps, or get a swap, because it'll be hard to get these promo arts later. I'm a little jealous. This one's another Drew Tucker. People already used these in their decks at the event. It is tournament legal for the event, even though the set's not out yet. So I think that's a really cool thing that Eric's Curiosa did. Next up is Toolbox. Hey, it's a toolbox. Reminds me of all these crazy cards from the new Spider-Man set, like Bagel Schmear and Taxi Driver. I mean, it's a freaking toolbox. But this is actually a really crazy card. I know I'm making a little jest, but this is another Drew Tucker. But this is a relic, and you sack it, and you may cast an ordinary spell from your collection, which is a new concept in sorcery. Previously, what it said, your collection, it literally just meant a card from your collection. You can go get something out of your collection, but now they've defined the collection as being 10 cards that you carry with you to a tournament that you've pre-designated as your collection. So your sideboard, essentially, right? But it's not the kind of sideboard where you can sideboard in from in between matches. I don't know all the rules there, but I know it adheres to the rarity rules in sorcery. So, if you have one unique of a spell, you can't have a copy of that unique in your toolbox, right? Anyway, I'm really excited about the concept of a toolbox, because I'm like, I always had a sideboard growing up with all these decks. Like, I would always make decks and have a sideboard. I never swapped out a card for my sideboard in my life. Now, in Limited, like when I do Magic pre-releases and stuff, your sideboard is literally every card that you opened in the sealed pool and in between matches, because usually I'm like in a hurry to build my deck, and I always do a bad job, but then in between round 1 and 2, I swap out some cards and do better. So in that instance, your sideboard is all your cards. But having a 10-card sideboard that is literally just like separate, that you will have certain spells and effects that can draw from your sideboard, or from your collection, I think is really cool and really unique, and it gives me will to live. So take that as you want, as you will. Searing Truth. Got Nicolas Cage here. He's burning out. I guess he stole the Declaration of Independence and he couldn't handle what he saw. Exceptional magic of Infernal Inquiry. Target player draws and reveals 2 spells, then takes damage equal to the higher mana cost. What does that say down there? An ecstasy of knowing is surpassed only by the agony of surviving. Interesting. Elvira, Shakarova. Very nice. It's actually a really cool, like, seeing the ember come out of him. Reminds me of Extremis, which I guess was popularized in Iron Man 2. Famously, people don't like that movie. I like it. But I mean, I remember from the comics, which had like a CGI art style almost in the comic books. But that's what the Extremists did. It would like make their skin all bright and red like that. Of course, in this case, he's burning out from the knowledge. So I think that's really cool. Silver Bullet. This is so flavorful. I love it so much. And I love that in the box it's got like, or whatever behind this. I don't know if that's a box, like the top of a box, or if it's like just a banner behind him. Either way, there is a single silver bullet here. Kind of got a clasp surrounding it. An elite relic pinpoints the problem. So it's literally something in your collection that you know with some specific matchup you're going to need. So you have it in your collection, you don't want to draw it necessarily, but the bearer, so whoever has this relic, has tap and sacrifice the silver bullet, and you may cast an exceptional spell from your collection. So I think it's really cool. You can like prepare for certain matchups, and you have just the solution. You have the silver bullet for that right there in your collection. Buried Alive, people were saying good things about this art. Another Elvira here. I'm sorry, yeah, I think it's, you pronounce it Elvira. An ordinary magic consigns to the earth. May be cast by an ally, so a little bit of future-proofing for multiplayer. Burrow target adjacent minion. And it's really cool. If you're into goth girls coming out of mausoleums, then there you go. Carry On Beetles. This is also really, really cool art. God, I can't control this. I was trying to see who the artist is, but I can't see it. Sorry. I don't know on this one, but this is just so cool again. And it's a great color. I love the orange and the blue with the green background and the skull just right there in the sort of in the foreground, but it's almost like it's melding back, and it being like a muted color lets the color of the beetles pop. Everything about it is very, very cool. And now we have Dormant Monstrosity. This is very Cthulhu, you know, like got some planets back there, or some other plane of existence, or maybe he's in the void just waiting. An elite monster in cosmic reverie. And he's got void walk, that makes sense. And must be cast to a corner void, costing 2 less for each unit in its adjacent square. Or in an adjacent square. That is so cool. I really like this card. Foul Bones. Like this a lot too. Shout out to Mike for putting this site together. I love the backdrops and then the cards. I think this is a really great way to let people explore the upcoming set and just get into it, get excited about it. Foul Bones and Ordinary Undead, born on unseen winds. Very cool. Crucifix, also very cool. Emile, an elite relic and quick fix that sticks. That could be really powerful. Fields of Fixus. Silence a Sight. Nice. Second Wind. I'm going to need one of those. I got to drink some coffee to power through these videos. Very cool. Oh, I really like this. Some townsfolk. Whoa. I don't remember seeing this one. Shoggoth. What in the world? Is this one that they like saw in the background and they pulled up? Oh my god. That's nuts. Submerge Voidwalk. Still came that eldritch mocking cry. So cool. Return to nature. Oh my god, I love this art. Shout out Heidi. Course of Condemnation. It's about time to wrap this video up, so I'm just going to go through these last few here. Got some Morlocks. Shout out Time Machine. I never imagined them looking like that way, but that is some crazy cool art, and it matches up really well with that Void art. Oh, more of that. This has got to be more Ian Miller, right? I love this style. Very cool. Oh, you can use your collection again. Cool. Whoa. More Ian Miller. He has a very interesting style. Oh, I love this. And the Road to Perdition. Oh my god. And this was one of the first spoilers that EC team put out, Eric's Curiosa team put out when they were announcing that they announced that they were going to announce the release date. So this was the card that they put out. I really like this. I think it's very cool. Jeff Menendez. Master Necromancer. This is also really cool. Getting his little skelly army going. Spellcaster, and you can summon a skeleton token for each other adjacent site. God, that could actually be really, really powerful. Really play in the right decks and with the right matchups. An Ifrit. Oh, my man got some abs. At the start of your turn, you lose 2 life. Interesting. I think there's going to be some really cool, tricky stuff you can do with that. Love these larvae. This is just crazy looking. Grief larva. Yep, you are griefing people when you cast that. When you give them control of it. Or when you put it on their sites, I mean. What does it do? Yep. Oh, that's going to be great. Mudslide, an exceptional sight of slippery sludge. Love that house. And this background. Man, there's a lot going on here. Necronomicon, probably the coolest card, just like conceptually. An elite magic of posthumous performance. Juan Manchuca? Don't know. Each differently named undead and instrument nearby joins the band to play. Draw a spell for each. Oh, everyone's just dying to attend. Very cool art. Very cool effect. I love everything about it. The Screamer. This is the spoiled card here. This is the big reveal at the start of the video here. Love everything about it. Shackled Demon. Once again, very cool. I've never seen this artist before this set. I love everything about it. I love the colors in this one a lot. This is very cool. All Mortals Gone. What more do you want? Archangel Samael. Freaking. If I saw this, I would be horrified and stupefied. Desecrator Kite. Time to just get to the end of this now. Heretics of Seth. Love the coloring on that. And the Noisome Twosome. I like that twosome because you get a bit of a 2-for-1 or a bit of persistence. Hyena is sick looking. Cemetery Rats was spoiled early, but now we get the whole card for it. Very cool. Cursed Iron, also very cool. That was on Cardboard Guide, I think, and I know Mike had the painting in hand for that. Very cool. Forsaken Crypt. This is one of the coolest looking sites I have ever seen. Matthias Frisk knocking it out of the park. This is a sports metaphor. Forsaken Crypt, an exceptional sight. What lurks within? Genesis. You may cast a ghoul from your collection to this site. Oh! If you have 2 air threshold, you can cast a ghoul from your collection to this, and that could be of any rarity. That's crazy. And this being exceptional, you could stack your... Oh my god. That's so cool. But presumably you have to pay the mana for the ghoul, since you may cast it there. It's not you may put a ghoul from your collection onto the site. So you still have a casting cost, but holy crap, it gives you an air threshold. So if you have one other air threshold from another site already, you're good to go. And then and so that would mean you'd have at least 2 mana already. So if you have some unique ghouls that are 2 mana, or some elites, or just some situationally great ghoul cards, and the coloring on this is out of this world. The purple and the fog. Oh, I love the birds. They have a friend. You gotta love when the birds have a friend. And the light coming out of this. This is peak. And it's just an exceptional sight, but this is peak. I want it. I want this painting. I want this painting. I need it. Hellhounds. Another Matthias here. Very nice. Very nice. You saw that spoiled early. Ooh, release them. First they were there, and now they are going. They're going for the throat. My 11-pound dog, when somebody rings the doorbell, thinks this is him right here. He's going to kill. Search party. Oh, once again, very cool. You see those lighting effects again. We have the light of the cave coming up. Oh, this is so cool. Apparently, I am just very drawn to the Matthias Frisk art. I love this. I hate it in a good way. You love to hate it. Biblically accurate demon here. An exceptional, oh, I'm sorry, an undead, not a demon. Undead chills through and through. Thought and through? That's going to have some cool play. Melissa Benson, very nice. I don't know why it made me laugh, but I love it. I love him. I love him so much. I'm going to name him Lewis. Drowned. Love the zombies underwater. Very cool. Whoa. That's really cool. Pedro. Whoa. So cool. You can set up some really interesting play with that. Desecrate. Oh my god. This set is crazy. There's more cards than I thought in these spoilers. Gift of the Frog. Gotta have some frogs. Grave Digger. Oh, Hot Wheel. I love it. It reminds me of Diagon Alley at Universal Studios. Or, you know, probably from Harry Potter or whatever. Except for... here's hoping that Pedro is not a transphobic, terrible person like J.K. Rowling. Got him. We're bringing woke back. I love this. I love this art. I love all the lights and everything's boarded up, but yet everything's still lit. What is happening? Sights of locked doors and wary hearts. So cool. Everybody's saying this card's sick, and I agree. It's very cool. Quentin Hoover. Carrionet. Oh my god. Oh, the bird's got a friend. That is insane looking. An exceptional magic of Stitch and String. Oh. Scott Kirshner. The Plague Pits. Oh my god. Oh, Cemetery Hate. Burn out the Blight. Get a little board reset against the Archimago. Novice Necromancer. What is he? Okay. I thought he was just a short king, but he's standing behind the table. I love this. It's so cool. So cool. Is he a spellcaster? Yep. Summon a skeleton token here. Nice. That's pretty good. And this is the Team Covenant promo. You get one for every box in foil, full size card. Very excited about that. This art is very cool from Vasily. I will have a few of these myself as Team Covenant fills my order. I'm excited about that. Willing Tribute. I am not willing, but this guy's willing. Is he doing metal horns? An ordinary offering. One mortal soul. Very cool. I thought that was a Gojira. And this is the Necromancer avatar. So that's it for the set. This is the alternate art Necromancer avatar that comes in the Precons by Dan Seagrave. Really excited to get my hands on that. Really excited for everything in this set. Thanks for putting up with me, not really knowing what I'm doing, not being educated about the game, just reacting to the art, rambling. Like I said 10 times already, love everything about sorcery. Really stoked for Gothic. Stick around. I'm going to be opening an entire case of Beta Wave 2. Really excited to open that up, get my cards together. If you watched, please give me a like and subscribe. Comment on the video. Maybe I'll make a post in the Facebook group. You can say something, say hello. Appreciate you guys watching, and don't forget to keep your avatars safe. And until next time, see you.